Guys, welcome back to another week of Techy Tuesday. If you caught last week's video, we walked you through how to build Claude's skills, basically giving Claude a set of instructions so it remembers how you want things written every time. Today we're taking that one step further. We're going to put that skill to work inside something called a Claude project. And by the end of this video, you're going to have a dedicated space in Claude where you can walk in, drop your listing details, and get a polished MLS description in under a minute. Let's get into it. So first, let's talk about what a project actually is, because it's a little different from just opening a new chat. When you start a regular chat in Claude, it's a blank slate every single time. Claude doesn't remember what you told it last time, doesn't know your preferences, nothing carries over. A project fixes that. It's a dedicated workspace where Claude holds onto a set of instructions permanently. So every conversation you start inside of that project, Claude already knows the rules. Think of it like a trained assistant who already knows your style before you even say good morning. For us, that means you can store our listing description skill right inside of a project, and every time you get a new listing, you just open the project up and go. To find projects inside of Claude, we're going to go to this side menu bar here. You'll see the section labeled Projects. If you've never used projects before, it'll be empty and that's totally fine. Go ahead and click on Projects. When you click on the Projects button, it's going to bring you to your projects page. This is your home base for all the dedicated workspaces you create. Each project you build will show up here as its own card. You can have multiple projects for different purposes. We've been talking about the listing description, but you could just as easily build one for the market update skill we covered last week, or really anything else you want Claude to do consistently. For today, we're building one from scratch. We're going to hit this button here and create a new project. When you create a new project, the first thing it's going to ask you for is a name. Keep it simple and descriptive so you know exactly what it's for when you come back to it later. Something like listing descriptions works perfectly. Go ahead and name yours whatever makes sense to you. We're going to go ahead and create project. Once it's created, you'll land inside of the project. Now this is where things get good. Look for the area labeled project instructions. Sometimes it shows a panel or a button that says set instructions or add instructions. This is the brain of your project. Whatever you put here, Claude will read before every single conversation you have inside this workspace. This is exactly where we're going to paste our skill. Go ahead and click into that instructions field. This is the listing description skill prompt. You can find it in the description below this video. Go ahead and copy the whole thing and paste it into the instruction field. Take a second to read through it if you want. This is telling Claude that every time you open this project, it's playing the role of your real estate copywriter. It knows the word count, it knows the tone, it knows not to start with the price or address, and everything we set up in the skill video is now living here permanently. Once you're happy with it, save it. You don't have to touch that instructions field again unless you want to make any changes. I'm going to press Save Instructions. Okay, now let's actually use it. Start a new chat inside of the project, which is right here. You'll notice you're still inside your listing descriptions project, not a regular chat. Now you would come in here and enter any property details about your new listing. For example, this is a description that I gave it: 4 bed, 3 bath, 2,400 square feet, etc. And then I'm going to press send. And you can see here that it's checking that listing description skill. And there we go. Claude came back with a full MLS ready description with the right length, strong lead, good call to action at the end, and no filler phrases. And here's the thing, you didn't have to tell it any of those rules this time. They were already there, stored in the project instructions. Next time you get a new listing, you just open this project, start a new chat, paste your details, and done. It becomes part of your workflow instead of something you have to set up from scratch every single time. Now to find this again, let's say if we go back to the home page of Claude, this projects button here will now have listing descriptions. So every time I click into this listing descriptions project, I'm going to see any past messages I have with them. And then I can start a new one here. If you want to make any changes to your instructions, you can click on this edit pencil button. And then right here, it's going to pop up with that same prompt we gave it, and you can make any changes. On the right hand side, you're also going to see the memory section. This is where Claude is going to start remembering everything it tells you inside of these chats inside the project. And then down here we have files. So if you're wanting to have it model something, a certain document, PDF, photo, you can add any files and it would use those as reference. Up here under the project details, you can also edit the details, archive or delete, star it, or share it. So that's Claude Projects, a dedicated space, a trained set of instructions, and a much faster way to get the output you actually need. If you want to set up a second project for the market update skill, the process is exactly the same. Just swap in that prompt instead. Give it a try this week and drop a comment below if you have questions. And as always, we'll see you next Tuesday.